Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone is doing well. And before we get into today's topic of the video, some very sad news broke today, and it's really a bittersweet moment because yesterday another preparation game for Majid Bouguera's local Algeria side as they prepare to play the Chan tournament at home in Algeria at the beginning of next year. They already beat Niger in a friendly at the 5th July Stadium. They beat Democratic Republic of Congo 3-0, a brilliant win, very convincing, and things are looking very good for that team. And the scorer of that second goal, Bilal Ben Hamouda, plays for Yusma, scored the penalty. You see him celebrating with his teammates, and he scored an international goal in the national stadium. Less than 24 hours after he scored that goal, he has sadly passed away in a horrific car accident that took place with him and his friend, of course, both passed away. And it's just shocking images from that car accident, and it sort of shows a lot of problems off the pitch in Algeria at the moment. So, you know, all we can say is it's just heartbreaking. Bouguera's team have another game against Senegal on Monday in Blida, and I'm sure it will be very, very difficult for that team to progress forward at this moment in time. Ben Hamouda has been involved in that setup for a while. He played with the likes of Amora, Zorgan, Kadri when they beat Liberia 5-1, you know, this time last year. He was in and around the Arab Cup squad, almost made it, and just 24 years of age. So incredibly sad to see, so we dedicate this video to him. So today's topic is that Rayan Ait-Nouri, the highly touted left back, currently playing for Wolves, has a couple of seasons in the Premier League, was on loan at Wolves, and then they chose to make that option permanent for the season that's just finished. He has pretty much declared for the Algerian national team. We expect to see Rayan Ait-Nouri in the national setup in the squad for September, and I think there'll be quite a few names in that September setup. I think, you know, we're going to talk about these in a few weeks' time, but there are other players that are lined up for a call-up, you know, one of them being Andy Delors as well. So let's talk about what Rayan Ait-Nouri means for Algeria. First of all, obviously he's played in the French youth teams. You look at who they've got at left back. They've had Hernandez, they've got Digne in the Premier League. You know, they won the World Cup. They had Benjamin Mendy, but obviously he misbehaved. So you never really see Ait-Nouri breaking into that France side. However, he's got such a big future. He's been linked this week with clubs like Bayern. He's been linked with Manchester City. We know Man City need a left back. They've been linked with a few. I think they've been linked with Cucurella at Brighton as well. He's a top player, Cucurella, anyway. Be interesting to see what happens, because I think Ait-Nouri will make it at a big club, and France might regret losing out on him, which is why it's imperative that Belmadi calls up Ait-Nouri in that September squad. All paperwork has been done. He wasn't contacted for 3 years, and then the Cameroon game happened, and they've been working hard. The new FA setup coming in place. Zef, all those guys, Saturday, they're working, you know, it's like Rayan is sort of pulling the strings again, like when we got so many of those players, and that's why ultimately I think you've seen so many new players recently, because we are getting the ball rolling with the binationals, and I think that's huge, and every nation in Africa is doing it. Cameroon got Nkudu, who used to play for the Tottenham. You see Senegal were pushing hard for Boubacar Kamara. Everyone's doing it. Cape Verde getting Bebe. Doesn't matter what country you are, they're all doing it, and I'm sure Morocco will be pushing for 1 or 2 players as well. So what does it mean? Well, obviously he's a left back, can also play in the back 5, back 4, played left wing back a lot for Wolves, really good going forward. But I think it will give Ramy Bensebaini the push he needs, because there's too many safe positions in the team. I think Bensebaini knows that even if he's only playing like a 6 out of 10, he's still going to play the next game, and I think that's a problem for the Algerian team for a couple of years now. You know, Bounedjah was comfortable in that striker position for 2, 3, 4 years, and there was no one really that could take the spot off him, because the likes of Gori, Delors weren't getting a look in. So we have to wait and see what happens with the left back area. But if you put in Rayan Ait-Nouri for a debut against Niger, which you have to get him a competitive cap, and he does really well, let's see how Ramy Bensebaini then responds on the training pitch, because he played well against Tanzania, of course scored the goal, but he was missing against Cameroon with the suspension, and we had to play a right back at left wing back, and ultimately it cost us. And in this current qualification series, Benzabani has already picked up a yellow card, so another yellow, and he will be suspended for 1 game. And we haven't really seen what Yanis Hamash can do yet. I don't think you'll see Gulam or Fares or Larousi in that area for a while. Algeria have got a good plethora of left backs in the area, but just not one that has really consistently pushed Rami Benzabani for a long time. Touba, of course, can play in that position as well, as he showed when he came on for a few glimpses against Cameroon and also against Tanzania as well. But we should be happy that Rayan Ait-Nouri is on board, and could be criticised for not coming sooner, and of course for playing for the French youth teams. But the fact that France made the World Cup, Algeria didn't, and he still chose to play for Algeria, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. So Rayan Ait-Nouri, welcome to Algeria. Hopefully going to be a fantastic addition to the squad. Another player from the Premier League playing for Algeria is always good in terms of publicity for the player, and I'm sure you'll see lots of Algerian flags suddenly at Molineux if he stays there next season. If he goes to Man City, there won't be more Algeria flags because they're all already there because of Riyadh. But thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.